Good evening, everybody. I hope you're having a good night. I'm Daniel Roberts. This is Solomon's Corner Podcast, and this is going to be quick. This is basically just administrative stuff. We've got a book club starting up on the Substack, and I wanted to go over a couple details, a couple changes, and while this is mostly for my Substack subscribers, this is the fastest way to get it out there is to go live and just kind of go through everything. So if you're looking for some spicy hot takes, you're probably not going to find them. But if you're interested in the sacraments and you want to do a study on that, then you're in the right spot. So the Substack that I have is salmonscorner.com. You can go there. You can sign up over there. There's going to be posts going out talking about how you can get access to the book club. But I'm going to go through that as well. The first thing is that I had a date change. So some things came up, schedule conflicts, things like that. So we are going to be posting these on the Saturday morning on Substack at 8 a.m. Eastern. They're going to be pre-recorded, but I'll be engaging with Substackers on my Substack, salmonscorner.com, all day on Saturdays. So I can see the notifications on my phone. And so we'll be talking about the book on there on the Substack. So make sure that you go to salmonscorner.com. It'll take you right to the Substack. You can sign up for free. Now, these are going to be paid, but I'm going to give a bunch of comps. So this is how that is going to work. So I'm going to tell you how to sign up. You can still pay if you want to, but if you want to support us, I would appreciate the paid, but I'm going to tell you how to get free access. And I'm sorry that these are a little small. You probably can't see them very well, but how to sign up is the first thing that you need to do. And, I don't really care where this is, but if you're on YouTube or if you're on Substack or if you're on X or Rumble or whatever, leave a comment on this video and make sure you're signed up for the Substack so I can find you and I'll comp you for a year of paid content on the Solomon's Corner Substack. And the main reason for this is not that it's a great business idea, but because of the fact that I want to start messing around with paid tools and I want to see how they work. And we're pretty new. And so I want to start getting a batch of people in the paid queue so that I can start getting experience with those paid tools. Now, if you do want to support us, again, that's going to be the first 20 comments. So, if you leave a comment on this video on X right now, or on YouTube or whatever, and you just say, hey, I'd like to jump in on this, this would be great. We're going to be going through this book, General Principles of Sacramental Theology. I know it sounds like it's going to be a snooze. It's not. And anybody who's been in a book club with me knows that they're a lot of fun. We used to have a lot of guys in my house doing book club stuff. And so that's what we're going to do. It's just really, really relevant to the times that we're in, especially with the Eucharistic revival and all these things. So if you do want to support me, though, because, running a podcast is not free, although people think that that's the case. Computers get outdated, cameras need to be updated, all that kind of stuff. So if you do want to support us and you want to do the paid route, you'll get access to all the book clubs anyway. And you can do that for $5 a month or $30 a year. And you will also get 20% off our e-store, which, has these cool mugs that my wife is making to, again, try and support this small little ministry that we have going on our podcast. So what do you get, though, if you sign up? That's a great next step. You'll get full access on Substack to all the paid content. You'll get 20% off of our e-store. We're starting off with mugs for St. Thomas Aquinas, Alexander Solzhenitsyn, St. Maximilian Kolbe. We've got saints and thinkers, and we've got homeschool stuff. And so just, it's a fun way for you guys to support us and keep us motivated to create the content. You'll also get to vote on our next book. So, I'll put out a poll on Substack and we'll talk about, hey, what do you guys want to talk about? What are your interests? You don't have to be Catholic. You don't have to be Protestant. You don't even have to be a Christian. If you want to have some sort of influence over the content, subscribe, leave a comment, first 20 get comped for the year. And if you pay, you get those same benefits too, and you support us and you can feel good. Can't promise you an indulgence, but, pretty darn close. The other thing is that you'll get the ability to engage on all paid content and then comments on public and all posts are prioritized. So, if I see a paid comment on a free post asking a question, that one's going to the top of the list. So now some people might be saying, well, why are you, doing this? The main thing is to keep it to those who are interested and to make sure that, we're putting content out that people actually want. The second thing is to keep error from going viral. Like, why would you put the book club behind a paywall? Because I'm not a priest or a deacon or any of that kind of stuff, and I don't need some, wacky, crazy debate going on between this. It's just mostly a dialogue on the book. This is not an apologetics podcast, although we do delve into that just by virtue of people ask for reasons why you believe what you believe. But I'm not a professional Christian, as Tom Holland would say. I just enjoy talking about religion and culture and talking to people and answering questions and really the dialogue aspect of my faith. So this also will help me measure interest. This actually is a lot of hard work to do a podcast. Most people don't realize how much work goes into it. And, it takes time and effort. And, if it's not meant to be, then a good indication for that is that people aren't interested. So if you are interested, sign up. Really appreciate it. It keeps us going. But it also gives me an opportunity to learn these paid tools, as I mentioned before. And finally, it helps me grow my faith. It's a lot of fun to create the content and know that people are watching and commenting and talking to me about it. And so that is the book club, the why, the how, all that kind of stuff. Now for the when. So we are going to do week 1. We're going to do the introduction. This book is split up into 3 parts. So we're going to go through the introduction, and that is one of the best parts of the book. We're not going to get into all the details, but if you're a person who just wants to understand all right, so what do you mean by the actual body and blood of Jesus? And why does it matter if God is omnipresent? If God is omnipotent, why do I even need to approach God through the sacraments? This gets into all of that. It also touches on the Martin Luther and the Calvinist views of the sacraments. It really is a great summary of why there's so much disagreement, and it creates a lot of opportunity for dialogue for people of all, understandings of their particular faith tradition. So I think it's going to be a great book. It is Catholic, I'm Team Catholic, so I think that you'll really enjoy it. There are some sections where it gets a little heavy on the metaphysics, depending on who signs up. That'll kind of determine how deep we go in that. I do have a master's in philosophy, and so I can speak to that if I want to. Can't promise it's going to be right, but hey, it's philosophy, so everybody's right? Last thing is the format. So generally speaking, each video will go out. It'll be probably about 45 to 60 minutes total. You can jump around. I'll try and put slides in there so you can navigate and find the spots that you want to talk about. The first 20 minutes, 30 minutes is just going to kind of be overview of me kind of talking through like, hey, this is really important, highlighting this, that kind of stuff. And then, hopefully if you're reading along, you'll have your comments in there and you'll have your quotes and your questions and opinions in there, and that will influence the content. If there's nothing of that, then I'm just going to go based on what I find interesting. The second to 20 to 30 minutes is going to be addressing any comments or any sort of, even if that's on like other videos that's related to this, that's what it's going to be. So only comped or paid subs will be able to watch and comment on the Substack video itself, though. And again, those are going to be the ones that are prioritized for the content here. If I don't get those, then, I'll pull from somewhere else. But so anyway, I hope that you guys will join me with this. It's on solomonscorner.com. Again, sign up over there. Leave a comment on this video on YouTube, X, or Rumble, and make sure you're signed up. I'll respond. I don't have a huge audience right now, so it'll be very easy to manage. So if you respond to this and you say, yeah, I'd really like to jump in on that book, you don't have to have the book either. You can just follow along. You want to learn about it, get the Cliff Notes version of the book club. That's totally fine. But if you want to get a full free year of Solomon's Corner, you just got to leave a comment here or wherever you've seen this podcast or this video, and I'll start engaging with you, and we'll get you set up and you'll be able to participate. So I hope that you join me for a deep dive on the sacraments, and that you'll engage and dialogue, and wouldn't mind a couple of those paid subscriptions, though, if I'm honest. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, but if you jump in there, I look forward to seeing you. First video drops this Saturday, and don't feel bad if you don't have the book. I know some people have said that they've already started, looking into it and possibly are going to get it. So some may have started it. I don't know how many that is. But I am almost done with it, and I am very glad that I picked this book. It's been very edifying for me, and I think it'll be edifying for anybody who jumps in. And like I said, leave a comment, you get a full year. So, that's a pretty good deal. The worst thing that's going to happen is that you get notifications that you don't watch. But you will get 20% off of some pretty encouraging and inspirational mugs. So, once again, I'm Daniel Roberts. This is the Solomon's Corner Podcast. I'll see you Saturday. Keep thinking.